All the guns you'll be seeing today are available on solware.co.uk, based in Tamworth. Good morning ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We're doing a test and review day today, and we have the Trimex Arms Elf S, which has been a little bit of a shall we say, a revelation at the minute. It's shot really well, it's pretty to look at, but how good is it? That's what we need to know. So we're going to test and review it today and see what we come out with. Shall we get it out there and let's see how it does. So if you're new to the channel, let us tell you how this works. And by the way, if you are new to the channel, welcome along. Subscribe, we're a friendly bunch. Everybody likes each other here, we're not a nasty gang. We've got two targets up the garden there at 23 metres away, and you've got 5 small targets in the first one. Hit a bullseye, they're worth 10 points each, so that'll get you 50 points. Then we go on to a large target, and we have 5 shots at that. 5 bullseyes will again net you 50 points. And then in round 3 we go to a round we call the rings. There's 4 bigger rings and 1 small ring, and it's the bonus shot. That bonus shot is worth 15 points, whereas our bigger rings, the 4 of those, are only worth 5 each. All in all, you can score 135 points through this test. We set our benchmark as you've got to score 110 to be any good. So we're going to kick off with the first 2 rounds, and 100 points here up for grabs. Let's see how it goes. Shot 1 is a 10. Shot 2 again is a 10. Shot 3, yeah, just rips the ring on the 10 there, so gets his 10. Shot 4, 10. Shot 5's got a good 10 again. We move over to our second target. That's a 10. Again, I think it's gone straight in the same hole. Another 10 in the same hole. That one's a 9 however, so 1 down there. But that's a 10 and a smack on 1 at that. So out of the 100 available, the Trimex Arms Elf S scores 99 in the first 2 rounds. Okay, as we know, the Trimex has scored 99 in the first 2 rounds. As you will look up at the board now there, you've got 2 sets of rings, 1 red, 1 blue. We'll be concentrating on the red rings today. Every one of the large red rings is worth 5 points each, and the small one is worth 15. So another 35 points here up for grabs. Let's get the Trimex in. Let's see how he does. Five points there. 5 points there. Oh, that's just ripped the ring. That was very lucky though, I think. That one's a 5 pointer though, no problem at all. Can he get the bonus for the big 15? He can indeed. So, the last round, I'm going to check it, but it looks like he did get the full 35 points. If so, that's the highest score we've ever had. That would be a 134. I think the highest we've ever had before there is a 131, but let me check that, make sure that we're right. Right, we've got the card back, and I'm going to be quite miserable. I can clearly see that the third shot into the ring, although it did rip the ring into the bullseye, was not on target by a decent stretch. so I'm not going to give it the 5 points. The only reason that it's ripped the ring is because like the paper's ripped on the card. It wasn't the shop that actually got it there. So the Trimex arms will take a 129. Decent score, to be fair. As I say, the highest we've ever had is a 131. What can we say about the gun now? Obviously, like, it's done its test. Well, test wise, 129 is a decent score, to be fair, so it's done really well in its test. Review wise, now this obviously at the moment is being sold in England as a Trimex Arms Elf S. In America it will be a Nixon Elf S, and I believe they're exported and sold by the people from Donny FL, who are obviously the rather expensive silencer makers. I've been having a look online. I believe BSA have got something to do with Trimex Arms. I'm not sure what they have, but that's what I'm finding out along the internet. This was a little bit of an unknown quantity when I picked it up, but then again, we want to know about unknown quantities. We want to know if these guns that are now coming over into the country are going to be any good. And I've got to be honest with you, it's pretty on the eye. It's a nice looking gun, nice bullpup. Shoots really well. I like how much they give you. I mean, there's not many guns now that you'll get an hard case, 4 magazines, a bipod, and a load of other extras thrown in. I mean, I'm looking down at the box on the floor there now. They've even got a Nixon cleaning cloth and a Nixon keyring through in with this deal. Now these at the moment at Solware are £375, which I think with all the extras that you get with it is a little bit of a bargain. An half decent bullpup now, you're looking around the 400, 450 mark anyway. That's before you start going obviously to the 400 plus market. So 375 for this. The only thing that you're going to need to obviously shall we say budget in for when you buy the gun is a scope and your silencer. If you put yourself down for £100 for your scope, around £60 for your silencer, you know, you're probably up and on running for £500 all in. There is some bullpups out there I know that come with a pre-silencer, but bear in mind if you're going to take it out anyway, you're going to end up having to buy a bag. And once you put that in, you know, you've got a silencer, but you'll need to buy a bag. Whereas with this you've got a hard case. Now a hard case, I believe they're £50 to £60 anywhere where you would want to go. So if you bear that in mind, it's a little bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The trigger itself, 2-stage obviously, and it's a match trigger, all adjustable in every way. It is a little bit hard, I will admit, like it's not a smooth, it's got a little bit of weight to it, but I do tend to like that. I don't like them too easy to press. Excuse me. My big gripe of the gun is the cocking lever is too far back. You have to take your eye off the scope to recock for your next shot. Whereas if it was, say, mounted in the middle of the gun, it would be a lot easier to do, and you could stay on scope if you were taking a quick second shot at something. You've obviously got the regulator there. Being sub 12 foot-pounds, I don't know why you would want to mess with it, but if you do, it is available there. You have a really big and quite easy to see safety, which is right here at the back of the gun, if you can see it. Fire safe, it's a quick flick over, not bad at all. I love the biathlon arm, I always have done, as I say. Big gripe though is it's too far back. They give you inside the pack as well, in the box there with the gun, a Picatinny rail fitting underneath should you wish to fit your bipod or whatever else. Obviously it does come with a bipod, which is a nice little touch, I think. I've got this gun matched up with a Nico Sterling 4x16x50 scope, and it works a treat with it. They're not the most expensive scope in the world, the Nico Sterling, but they do a decent job, and I've had many a quarry with them. So yeah, they're quite decent. The gun itself, as I say, the aesthetics of it are lovely. I think it looks a really nice gun. I really like how they've shaped it and done it. Also a nice thing to put in, when I picked this one up, it came with 4 magazines in the box. They do advertise it at Solware with 2, but I know when they're selling them in America as Nixon, they will give you 4 magazines in the box. Whether these are the American imported ones that are coming over to us now, and they are giving us 4 magazines now, if it is, it's a bit of a bargain, because as you know now, the minimum you're going to pay for a magazine is £20 a pop. With 4 magazines in there, you can't go wrong really. That's a, you know, let's say another nice touch there, I think, by Trimex, Nixon, whoever we want to call them. Would we recommend the gun here at RNC on tour? Yes, it's lovely to hold, very accurate. You've seen a 129 there. Even though I was really tight, if I wanted to give it, I could have given it a 134. But no, I'm going to be tight with it. As you can see, that third shot there is clearly not in there. Even though it's ripped the ring, it's clearly, you know, a good 3mm maybe away. So I'm not going to give it. I've been a little bit, shall we say, hard on the gun, but the 129 is still a fantastic score. Shoots well, it's nice to hold, comfortable to hold. If you want to really be nitpicky, it is a little bit plasticky, but obviously some people like that, because if they're using the gun to knock around somewhere, they don't want a wood stock that's going to get knocked and tampered about with and end up with little notches and cuts in it, so they prefer like a hardened polymer stock, which is what this is. Can't fault the gun. Yes, I would recommend it for somebody to go and buy. They're a fantastic gun. I'm going to put this in our up and coming battle league, so we'll get to see how good it actually is up against some of the new guns that we've got in. But yeah, go buy one. The Trimex Arms, fantastic gun. The LFS, I've also heard there's a Trimex Arms Archero and a couple of other ones. Have a look around, you'll see them. Again, all available from Solware, Tamworth. Great bunch of lads there. They're bringing more and more guns in from different makers there now, which gives you a lot more choice. This was one that I wanted to try out of curiosity, and I'm glad I did, to be fair, because even though it was only a curious purchase, it's turning out to be some kind of a decent gun. So yeah, we do recommend the Trimex Arms LFS, and thank you all for watching today. I hope it's been informative and the reviews exactly told you the things you need to know about the gun. And we'll see you all in our next video, which will be coming up shortly. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye now. Haha, you thought I forgot about the chrono test, didn't you? Yes, I had, yeah. The reason why I've not done a chrono test inside the box with the Trimex, which is another nice little thing that comes up there. I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but you get its full chrono reading in a little laminate card. It comes inside the box, so you don't need to test. Now, just in case you can't read that, I will let you know exactly how it's gone. Right then. Average velocity was 414 feet per second. Its maximum velocity was 517 feet per second. This was dyno tested on the 22nd of the 3rd, 2024 at 28 minutes past 10 in the morning. The maximum power is 14.58 joules, and this was the shot count as it went. First shot was a 514, second shot was a 517, 514, 514, 510. So this was done on a 25 metre discipline, which is around the same as what we're doing today, and this would have been shot, don't forget, with a dirty barrel, because the gun arrived to me, dirty barrel, because I know, because I cleaned it. So imagine what this did today with a cleaner barrel. It says there that there was a couple of bullseyes and a couple outside. If you have a look at the little graph there, well, you've seen what the difference a clean barrel can do. That more or less hit every bullseye no problem today. So obviously it just goes to show you the benefits of a good clean when you get one of these guns. Every gun I buy, first thing I do is get it on the bench and clean it anyway, because they come with that much packing grease inside it. Absolutely unbelievable. The two Remingtons I've done recently were really heavily packed in grease, and if I hadn't have cleaned them, they wouldn't have done any good at all in our tests. So yeah, this would probably now as well, now the grease is cleaned out, the barrel probably have a touch more velocity than what it was getting when it was chrono tested here. So obviously we do have the chrono test there. I've not put it through today, but I may do a separate chrono test on another day. Anyway, you nearly had me out there. I nearly did forget to tell you about the chrono scores, but I got there in the end. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.